to those days. I'ma treat you how you treat me. Do you like how it tastes? Shawty, use a can't treat you like my ace. I got way too many problems to be worried. I'm straight. Me and Craig had to watch for the Jakes. On the road, this crazy. I get 80 a show. Say my money, stack it up, and look like I'm foreign cars, driving fast. I never done this before. Get drown out my problems. Let me. When I've been magic with the gang, we ball out. It can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror now, I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love.
Coach, a very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Minnesota Vikings. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line.
Wait, that's 380. Check right 54. Right 54. Check. They had.
There's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Throwing on second down, Brady. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Shotgun now for Brady. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
Alpha.
First down. 54. 3 bucks.
Check 13. Check a second.
Now a first down carry by Jones. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. And after his performance last week, everybody saw it. Unbelievable. You can expect a heavy dose of him again, I think.
Without a doubt. I mean, why wouldn't you? Because once you establish yourself that way, it's not just him, okay? It's his offensive line, it's the tight end, it's your wide receivers, everyone now sharing in the load and sharing in the belief that they do their job, they'll see another performance just like they saw the week before.
2nd and 5 now. Brady got a man. It's Brashad Perriman.
53. 61. Match box right.
Brady to throw on 3rd and 1. He's got Evans. Call it a gain of 5 as they move the sticks. This is one thing you can't do with Tom Brady. Let him get in a rhythm. Let him get rolling early.
Every time you talk about Tom Brady or any other great quarterback, you always talk to the defensive guys and they say, you got to get him off his spot. What they mean by that is when you go back 3-step, 5-step, 7-step drop, and they just hit the same spot and then they're set up to throw the ball, get them to move a little bit, get them to hold the ball. And the pressure that affects just about any quarterback, right up the middle. Remember the Super Bowl? Atlanta's best success came up the middle pressure, what we call gut pressure.
That throw by Brady incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll run it with Jones. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. 2nd down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. They'll try and run for it with Jones. They're just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Jugger! Check, hey, Charlie! 54! Run it! Switch it, come on, switch it.
Play clock down to 5, and they're going to burn a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Wait, set! Alabama, 380! Bend it!
On second down, it's Jones. A nice job there as he rumbles for 9, and it'll be back to a 3rd and 3. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert, but right now looking at a 3rd and 3.
Hey, 66. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Hey, I'm coming after you.
Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on 3rd down.
Any weapons? 53 in now. Go. Hey, check 24. Kill. Rip.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. That's already the 3rd time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught 1 of the 3.
That doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
They'll run it now out of the gun.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks.
But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He's coming off a 3-interception performance last week, so certainly not how we wanted to start here.
Not at all, but this is where a quarterback gets tested. This is where we find out what he has underneath that jersey, because he had a bad game last week. Can he shake off a bad start to this one and start to perform at the level he expects?
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at the 20.
40 gun. 45 Mike, 45. Watch the run.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
From the 22, Cousins. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They get 14 there. 1st down, Vikings.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Tighten up.
1st down, here's the run with Cook. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
We're scoreless after 1.
That's the end of the first quarter with no score.
2nd quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Check back, check back. Listen to me. Mike spot 4, Mike spot 4, Mike spot 4. Here we go, here we go. Gun. 54 is Mike, 54 is Mike. Check, check, watch 54, watch 54. Where's the hot?
Now Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Gun.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Cousins. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And that'll make it 3rd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. On 3rd down, Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 37.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's a quick throw to Thielen. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
We got to step it up. Check 99. Check 99. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Gun. Safety's creeping.
They'll run with Cook. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. From the 3 now, here they come on 3rd and goal.
45 to Mike, 45 to Mike. Big stop, G. Gun. Go. Check. Quaker on the hop. Check, 45 to Mike. Come on, baby, come on, let's go. Check, check, check.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. How crucial will those 5 yards be? We'll see as they come up again here, 3rd and goal. And that is incomplete. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Now Jason Sanders for the field goal try. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Sanders' kick is good. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
You sound like you're going negative on me.
I was.
Sounds like you're thinking the 3's just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So,
well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Brady now to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? And
now off to the races, down the right side. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Cousins to throw it. And he will get into the end zone. So the lead stretches from 9 up to 11. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
For a lot of people, MVP award means a quarterback award usually, but over 100 yards again last week, they're going to have to look his way more than once when giving out this award this season, I think.
Yeah, it's not just the consistency. There's been some plays that we've seen where we talk about it for weeks thereafter. That's what we're getting out of him. Over 100 yards last week. Expects to continue that in this game, too.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
Alabama. Hey, high 7. Whip. Watch the whip.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So 5 yards there as one of the big guys up front moved.
And in a 4-3 front, you've got the 2 defensive tackles right near the football. I know there's a lot of movement around there, but they're always taught to have one eye on the football. Apparently, that didn't happen.
Exit. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field. Wide. Get wide. Watch twins. He's coming. We got double up.
Alpha. Goal 50.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down. Brady going to go on 4th down. And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Snags it for the pick. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. The 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
It's probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
All right, Coach. Thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
It's out of time.
Gun.
They run it again with Cook. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there.
Gun.
45, Mike, 45. And let's get this.
Here we go. Bring the energy.
And that'll set him back 5. Instead of a 3rd and 4, now they have to manage a 3rd and 9 after the delay of game.
Gun.
Mike's 5-4. I'm coming, baby.
Throwing, Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Gun.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
What I need?
Okay, double up.
Throw left side on target to Thielen. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
To throw it is Cousins. And Diggs has it. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
45.
Gun.
Mike, 45. Run.
On first down, it's Cook. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
I'm going back to you. Check 37. Check 37. Check 52.
Gun.
Motion.
Gun.
45 to Mike. Watch the screen.
Again, it's Cook. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Now Cousins. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smile.
Yeah, we didn't jinx him at all, did we?
No.
Because ordinarily that happens. Things fall off, but not in this case. I think a lot of it goes back to his technique. His ability to see the quarterback throw the ball while understanding where the receiver is running his route allows him to make a lot of plays on the football, and he's taking it away at a really high rate.
It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. And the ball situated at the 9, 2nd and goal. This is Jones. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
Here's Jones. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Ready?
They'll go for it. It's Brady. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football and the lead. They'll be looking to add to that total as we begin quarter number 4.
I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over. Watch the ad.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now that turnover might just about do it. Here, 4th quarter, the lead that you've got, they can just run the football, run the clock.
Exactly right. They played smart, couple of first downs, and this one should just about be over.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
The Vikings on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 9. Out of his end zone, Cousins. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And he'll go out of bounds after getting this across the 15. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Watch the flag, watch the flag, watch the flag. Watch the flag, motion, block.
Gun.
They'll run on first down. Cook. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Gun.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. To throw, Cousins. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
On first down, it's Cook. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps for these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Gun.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Jahan, what I need?
Let's get that ball here. Let's get that ball right here.
Throwing is Cousins. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 34-yard line. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Levante David in on the tackle. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Gun.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Cook. Pretty nice, aggressive run there before being brought down just inside of the 30. A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
45.
Yellow.
45. Here we go.
Gun.
45. Mike, 45. I got him.
Cousins. And he can't quite corral it defensively. Maybe some space to go the other direction if he had caught it. That brings up 4th down now. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Wide.
45 to Mike. 45 to Mike.
Hey, seam 6. Gun.
Check. 45 to Mike.
Cousins to throw for it on 4th. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. 12 yards there. 1st down, Vikings. Cousins now 12 of 17 through the air as he leads his guys up on 1st down. This will be caught just inside the 10. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. Throwing here, Cousins. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 1.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
And if the late touchdown wasn't bad enough, now they're going to go for 2. So sportsmanship nowhere to be found right here. Cousins. And this one incomplete. It doesn't matter. We have our final score. They had already won. This game is over. Well, we saw action to the final whistle in this